And Tenpai is back! Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out more us content. Oh my god. The tears of people out here that are crying over Tenpai still being a viable deck is absolutely hilarious to me. So make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more us content. It's story time with dear old Imco40 out here. So at the beginning of this format, Tenpai players were crying on the floor. All right, they were so upset that the budget deck that they had, kind of built into, they were so distracted by Konami, holding them up with Trident Dragon not getting reprinted out here. They were so actually disgruntled by this. And Konami on the last list put Sengen Kaiman and Chandra both to 1. And that really, really upset a lot of the budget community with Tenpai. And a lot of people were just like, I'm done with this game, which is kind of funny, by the way. But the competitive community as a whole, I think all kind of agreed. If you have played Yu-Gi-Oh! In the last couple of months before this list, and you had the chance to play against Tenpai, I think you were going to agree. It was a completely absolute shit show matchup. And if your opponent literally had, everything that they needed, you were dead. It was as simple as that. And you had people out here having to play things like Threatening Roar and side decks in order to stop this. So, yes, Konami did take away a budget player option from this game. But the thing was, if you were playing Tenpai, I don't even think we could really consider the deck budget because you had Multarmies in that thing, which were, leading up to some crazy price points as it was. And at the near end of the format, yes, we were seeing Perulias and Fool Wars in there. So no, that deck was not truly budget. All right, yes, if you were playing the strict core itself, it was a little bit cheaper, but that was that. So after the death of Tenpai, you had all these people that were upset and all of this. And then, of course, the next part comes, which is one of my favorites. Hey, bro, put down the deck. It's dead. Get over it, all right? Time to move on along, all right? You just tap him on the shoulder. You're like, it's dead. Let it go. And a few people were like, you're right. We're going to go ahead and we're going to move on. But the hardcore Tenpai community out here started developing. They started cooking up all of this, these cool ideas. And we actually, I got sent a Tenpai list from one of my friends on Facebook. And they're like, hey, Robbie, Tenpai is not actually dead. Contrary to what all these cool bros are saying, they're like, put it down. Because in all actuality and reality out here, what people really wanted was people didn't want people to develop Tenpai. People wanted this deck to die because it is a completely ignorant OTK deck. People don't want this deck existing in the game. So the thing that the cool little bros are doing out here in the community is they're just like, hey, if we tell them that it's dead, we've done absolutely no testing. We don't know if the deck's dead, but if we just tell them, hey, hey, local Tenpai player, the deck's done. And they're like, oh, okay, sure, I believe you. That's really cool. Thank you. And then like, huh. What he said must be true, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm not going to worry about this anymore. And you just go la-di-da-di-da on to the next deck out here, which was cool. Or you moved on to Rizal. I saw a lot of Tenpai players. They're like, yeah, all right, cool, time to go buy Rizal. So now you got another problem. All the brain dead people that this community have been calling, Tenpai players, according to them, have now moved on to Rizal. So unfortunately, the timers now began, and this community is going to start calling Rizal brain dead here in the future. I can't wait for that one, by the way. If you want a very future snapshot out here, I predict within the next month or two, people are going to start calling Rizal brain dead as Tenpai, and so forth. And the community is going to start being upset about that. All right, that's the future is set out here. So the cool bros are telling all the Tenpai bros that the deck's dead. You have people in the Facebook group going, it's dog shit, this deck is dead. But the real innovators came through on week 1 out here. They developed Tenpai. Tenpai, I've read a good couple of tournament reports in the Tenpai group. Tenpai's doing fantastic. It's doing well. It's got regional tops right now. Week 1 regional tops, baby! I've read some case tournament reports. I read a top 16 report talking about that the deck performed well, but This is upset the cool bros out here. The cool bros are upset. They're starting to mold on the floor. All these cool anti-Tenpai players are like, oh, this deck is done. You can put it down. Now they're upset now. I've already read a couple of pissing matches on the internet out here that have been complaining about this, and it's been very interesting to see that all these cool, by the way, the cool bros aren't, they're figurative names. All right, there's the cool people that are going around telling you, hey, put it down. It's okay. It's dead. You don't need to innovate it. These people that are telling you not to innovate the deck, they're doing bad things, disservices to this community. They're taking away innovation. And that's a bad thing. When you start telling people not to innovate their decks, you're taking away, the creativity side of this game. And that's why, I'm happy that the cool bros lost out on this one, because having Tenpai being innovated out here is a really, really cool thing. So, the thing that we have seen out here with Tenpai developments is, even though Sengen Kaiman and Chandra are limited to 1, the deck has been forced to go to more hand traps and more board breakers. So, obviously we were already playing Ultimate Slayer pre-list, because, the one event we had, Dreadnator was running around, so, Ultimate Slayer and Meteorologic cleaning that up. But, you don't have to smash in all of these stupid little synchro plays in order to do things. I also saw some builds that were playing towards the Kashtira side of things, which one list was doing the Cherubini play, just to be able to, dump the Pydra and be able to play up through that line, which is viable for sure. But, now you're supplementing this with other packages. And I was reading from a lot of people, this is no longer a Tenpai deck. This is just hand traps. What do you fucking think Fiendsmith is? What do you think? Tenpai and Fiendsmith are now effectively the same deck. All right, you've got a crap ton of hand traps, and you have a 1-card package doing its thing, and that 1-card package is Pydra. All right, these are now the same thing. That's why I think people are so upset about this, is because now the OTK deck is back. Now, from the reports that I have read from people out here playing Tenpai and from my own experiences, the deck is a lot more fragile than it once was. But I can tell you, you can clear a game very, very, very quickly with this deck. The OTK oomph that this deck still has for it, that has not changed whatsoever. All right, now obviously if your opponent has the ability to stop your Sengen Kaiman with an Ash, well shit, you're done. All right, that was the same way it was last time, because you still can only activate 1 per turn. Whether or not you have 2 to 3 Sengen Kaimans, rolling around, yeah, the deck's a little bit more ignorant, or was a little bit more ignorant than it is now. You actually have to work for this. And lo and behold out here, the whole inspiration for this video came from some people complaining about, I can't believe Tenpai's still alive. This deck is so trash. Why would you choose to play this? Because you said it was dead. People want to prove people wrong. And Tenpai has a very loyal fan base, especially to the people that were budget, and they were like, hey, there are good budget players in this game. They do exist. People were wanting to explore the option of what board breakers and things we need to adjust. See this. Now, week 1 is a very abnormal creature sometimes. Sometimes things will crack through the thing, but if I'm already reading 10 upwards Tenpai post out here saying the exact opposite of what the community is saying out here, that this deck is dead, and you got the results building up out here, well, we've got a beautiful sight to be seen. So whether or not you're one of the people over here that's like, Tenpai's dead, let it go, and then you suddenly get OTK by Tenpai, you're just shaking in your boots like, this is so bullshit, I hate this game, why do I play this game? Stupid Tenpai decks, I hate them. Richard Nixon. That's what we've been seeing. Molding over losing to a deck like Tenpai, and I've said in the past, having an OTK deck be present in the room is a good thing. It does allow some, if you play too conservatively, you get punished. I think there needs to be breakers and things in the system to punish those sorts of play lines. That's good. That's what Tenpai does. But Tenpai is now much more fair. And the fact that this deck is OTKing people because they're quote-unquote not prepared for it, that's on you. All right? You went into an event, another player took their time and innovated on the same route that you chose to play your deck, and unfortunately, they were just the better player because you just got. You just got Tenpai'd. And it be like that. So, yeah, welcome to Tenpai being back in the meta. Will it be a broken deck? No. but it'll be something you're going to have to think about in the back of your mind going, huh, I just had to go first. Uh-oh. You guys have a good rest of your day, right? Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.